You mentioned it briefly there. I thought about it with you listening to your story, but you had mentioned, the technical aspect. So when you were eating the mustard and ketchup sandwiches, like, you had a technical skill that
I had to teach myself everything.
You had to acquire a technical skill.
Yeah, because it wasn't like I took 4 years of computer in college.
Where you could code.
I took one class and I cheated at it. But I got this job and selling software, and it was just like, okay, it's sink or swim, right? And I would read the computer manuals. I would stay at night at the computer store. I would take one of those computers home to that apartment, and I would teach myself everything. And then when I got a paycheck, I bought a little $99 computer, Texas Instrument one, and I taught myself programming, started teaching myself more and more and more. And I realized, okay, I'm not bad at this, right? I never knew it before, but I found it and I liked it. But I had to teach myself everything. And I would tell myself, in the technology business, there are two people. There's the people that invented it, and there's everybody else. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be there with the people who invented it or created it, but I'm tied with everybody else when I start, right? So I can learn when something new comes out. I can put in the time to learn it before all the other, people who didn't create it. And that's what I did. And by being ahead of everybody else in selling or supporting or adapting the technology, then I got really, really good at it. Mm-hmm. And that made it even easier for me.
So I guess I'm kind of trying to frame up some advice for a young person. Might be something of, have your idea, sure, but you have to have some type of technical knowledge on the thing, the industry.
So you got to be curious, right? Mm-hmm. If there's something you had to learn the apparel industry.
Yes, sir.
How much time did you spend reading and learning and online and going through things and making mistakes? And that's the example, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you're out there, okay, I want to do this, this, and this, and this. Great. You just got to give it a shot.
Yes, sir.
There's no perfect approach. But one thing I will tell you, you got to be careful not to fall for all the online traps, like drop shipping. Like, my son, like, Dad, look at this. They said you can make all this money. I'm like, Jake, let me just tell you something. If I had a great idea for drop shipping, the one thing I'm not going to do is tell everybody else, right? I'm going to do it myself and just kill it, right?
Yeah.
If I've got this thing, this magic approach for stocks, you think I'm going to tell everybody else who's going to go out buy the same stocks before I buy them or whatever? No, I'm just going to keep it myself and make all that money.
Right.
The great ideas people don't share. And when you came up with apparel, you went from, what are you doing wasting your time out with all these videos, right? Mm-hmm. It's so stupid, right? Focus on bull riding, focus on what you do. But you found out you had a knack for it. You had to try all these different things, and then you were curious, and you had to learn how to edit. You had to deal with all the editing stuff. You had to learn all this technology that you had no idea about when you first got started, right? But you put in the time. And that's the key for anybody getting started. You can try 1,000 different things, but there are no shortcuts. You have to put in the time. And when you find something you love, then put in the time to be great at it. Yes, because once you're great at something, whether it's apparel, whether it's bull riding, whether it's making videos, no one quits anything they're good at, because it's fun and you can make money at it. And that's the difference.
Yes, sir.